Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors Larry Ray and what we call the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. And really appreciate Mike Giles from down at Meridian, Mississippi, has written the foreword on this new book called The Old Pro Turkey Hunter. And, of course, today is the opening day of the fall turkey season in Tennessee. And don't forget, you can no longer kill those hens. This is a gobbler-only season, and it goes through later on in October. But we're going to switch gears now. You know, we got to throw in a little hunting every once in a while there, because I know Ron Wong likes people that hunt because they get out. They're off the water.
It's fall time.
Yeah, they're off.
Supposed to be hunting.
They're off the water. That's all you care about and everything. So we're going to switch to Spring City, Tennessee. And you know who that gentleman is, and he did tell us that there are 2 red lights in Spring City. And I said, I don't know if that because of the popularity of this young man, but what a career he has had. Over $1.5 million. And let's see, how much do I need this month, Wesley? Let's see if I can. How you doing, Wesley Strader? Huh?
I'm doing good. I give you $5. I think
$5. Hey, I need some more zeros on that. Okay, I mean, come on, that's pocket money. So,
and you was talking about that hunting, dude. I'm always hunting.
See, Ron.
Fish, deer. I'm hunting everything.
Tell him that.
Yeah,
Tell him, Ron. Tell Ron that you do hunt. I mean, that's.
I hunt all the time. I hunt every day. I'm hunting something.
Well, Ron's hunting a meal. I mean, that's why he goes to all these things, you know, so he can eat.
Sometimes I'm hunting my keys. Sometimes I'm hunting my wife. You never know.
Oh, we're off to a good start. Hey, man, I know 2018, we'll talk a little bit about that and maybe get your opinion on some other things going on. Ron, you know this guy, and you know that the talent he's had, and what I was really looking on there, and this, I don't know how late these quotes are, but 273 events. The Cup 17, 21 years as a pro. Now, he started when he was 8, you know, because, I mean, so you got to realize that. So talk a little bit about 2018, and then, Ron, you got to jump in there with some new things that I know Wesley's going to has been trying out, and you had a chance to visit with. Talk about 2018 for us.
2018's been an unbelievable year. You know, it's one of those years every morning you wake up and pinch yourself and in disbelief at the things the way they're going on and transpiring. And
yes,
you know, I was fortunate enough to win back-to-back BASS events, one elite event at Kentucky Lake and another one at Lake Norman. It was not an elite, but it was open, so it was back-to-back BASS wins in 5 days, and I've made the Classic here in my backyard at Fort Loudon Lake. So
yeah,
2018's been pretty amazing. A lot of new things coming though. A lot of changes. I mean,
let's talk about that.
Know what the future,
let's talk about that.
Unique.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Ron and I were talking off the air about that, and we're talking later in the show with Dave Preck about the changes in the Elite Series. And next week on this show, we got the great one, Gary Klein, coming in and talk about Major League Fishing. So, Ron, hit a question to Wesley. He's just primed already, but he's got to get out and go hunting. So hurry up and ask him a question. So.
Yeah. Well, Wesley, 2019 is going to be a new year for you. You know, what does it mean to you, and what are your objectives next year?
My objective is always the same: win as much as I can and as many times as I can. But next year we got some new. You know, this year I switched over to bass, and now left FLW to go to the BASS, and lo and behold, I've had to make another hard decision. Now I'm going with Major League Fishing.
Yes.
It's called the BPT, which is the Bass Pro Tour by Major League Fishing. It's nothing. It's new, but it ain't new. It's it's kind of based off the format of what Major League Fishing is now. It's just going to have 80 guys. I can't really go into details about how it works and all that. But
you're one of those 80. I mean,
I'm one of those 80, and I feel honored that they asked me, and I just feel like it's an opportunity to grow the sport in a bigger way than we've ever had, and it's just it's a different level of reaching new people.
That's
to introduce them to the sport of fishing.
And that, Ron, that's what you said, right? I mean,
that's right. And Wesley, you are a loose pro, and I had an opportunity this last week when we were together. You're going to use some new equipment.
New equipment, I think he said before he broke up there. Is that right, Wesley?
Yeah. Next year I think I'm going to be using all Lose. Not Lowe's, but Lose Pro TI.
Yeah.
It's a new titanium reel they have out. I mean, if you haven't picked one up and had a chance to have it in your hand and reel it or wind it down, beats anything else that I've ever put in my hand before. It's
how can you tell it?
Smooth.
Yeah, how can you tell it how it feels when it doesn't weigh enough to feel? You know, so
well, it's just it's one of those things. You know, we had a little media event this week.
Yeah,
actually hadn't had a chance to even throw one, cast it, and wind it, but just other than having it in my hand at like a show or something.
Yeah, it was.
A few of the guys had some, and it's like it kind of made me sick to pick my other stuff up after I cast it a little bit.
There you go.
Was it.
Well, it's pretty amazing. You've been at over 20 years now. Let's talk about and Ronald jump in there if we keep him on the phone. Jump in there about the things that have changed in 2 decades for you. What would you rank number one up there?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. One would be the bass boats have always been good, but man, Ranger boats is really just every year. It's just more. I'd hate to go back and start fishing out of the first one I had compared to the one I have.
Well,
now.
what was the first one? What was the first boat you had?
The first boat I ever had was a Bullet. It was in 1992.
Okay,
you had
a Bullet,
20-foot Bullet, and then I went from there to a 461 VS Ranger.
Okay.
Then to a 518 Ranger.
And now?
Then to a 519 Ranger. Then to a Z19, to a Z20, to a 521C, to a 521L.
Ron, is that not amazed? I mean, he can remember that? I mean, yeah.
That's amazing. But, not only is the boats changed, but, Wesley is running that Evinrude E-Tech.
Oh, I've seen that.
I have to tell you, that's a game changer, too.
It's an awesome thing, yeah.
You're asking me about the changes. That the thing is, there's so many changes that are good that you can't go back and, you get in like Ron was saying, that G2, you get in a motor that says 10 years old, and which, I was in one the other day, and I'm driving it, and I'm like, it's just, there's no comparison.
No comparison.
The throttle response, how quick it gets out of the hole, the fuel efficiency, it's unbelievable. I mean, and another thing, Lowrance Electronics. How far they've came.
Yes.
When I first started out, I had a flasher. That's what I had.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that right now, that I could not live without is, Ranger and Evinrude power poles. Could not do without power poles. It's changed the game of fishing. My Lowrance Electronics, TH Marine Atlas hydraulic jack plate, I couldn't have them without a hydraulic jack plate on it.
Well, you got a couple of minutes here, and I know Ron's batting at the bullet, so to speak. After his first boat was a Bullet, so we're thinking about that, and we get to this. And, Ron, you look at Wesley here, and you know the kind of year he has. You've seen him.
I have to.
Yeah,
Larry, talking with other pros, and they, what they say to me?
What?
That guy right there, Wesley Strader,
yes,
is a fishing machine. And I have to tell you, I look at how he fishes, and I've been in a boat with him, and he is a fishing machine. And golly, he knows what to throw, when to throw it. He knows when to change, and he's not scared to make a change. And Wesley, how important is it to not be afraid to make change when you're on the water?
Well, it's just that's just something you can't be. I mean, you can't, because it's ever changing. It ain't like it's not like going to a golf course and hitting a golf ball, and you know what that golf ball is going to do every time you hit it. If you hit it bad, it's your fault.
That's right.
You're dealing with a wild animal.
Yeah,
you can't make it by it. It's just you got to be able to adapt, read the water, and make changes when you have to. So if you can't make changes, you're not going to go very far in the sport. I mean, you may be that guy that I'm doing this and you win every once in a while or once every 5 or 6 years, but the longevity of the sport, to be in it, you got to be able to cash checks, be able to figure out what's going on and adapt and that's the longevity of your career in this sport.
Well, we appreciate you, Wesley, taking time this Saturday morning to be with us. lot of fans here in Memphis. They still talk about that back-to-back, and I know that's something that will be part of your resume for the rest of your life. But the one thing that you keep in that is you are a gutsy performer, buddy. And I know nobody likes to win any more than Wesley Strader. I can tell that for a fact and everything.
That's right.
So go out and hunt something. Huh?
I don't think anybody's ever said I love losing. So I think you screw me right in there with the rest of them. Everybody likes to win. Nobody likes to lose.
Well, if they do, they're in the wrong sport. They need to be in broadcasting, or something like that. So
I don't know about that.
No. Wesley, thank you, buddy, for being with us. Always one of our good guests. Wish you nothing but success, buddy. Go get them, okay?
Thank you, Larry. Ron, have a good day.
All right. Let's take a break. Ron's going to hang on, and we're going to continue this conversation with one of our all-time favorites on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Where would we be without Mark Menendez? We'll talk to Mark when we come right back.